Today is Wednesday, October the 30th, and it's 9:49 a.m. in the morning, and Daddy and I, Clayton, house in Kaava, seeing Grandma. And we're starting from the ocean where you can see where Grandma lives. And now we're coming back to her house. And this is Grandma's house where we're at right now. So beautiful. And all the flowers. And we came down here to see Grandma and talk with her and find out a little bit about her life and her genealogy. And she is so wonderful and strong, and she was so happy to see all of us. And this is Grandma's outside of her house, and right in the back you see these humongous mountains, and it's so gorgeous up there where Grandma lives. And right down here is her house, right down by the ocean. And now this time we're gonna walk into her house and go see her and Daddy where they're at. And here's some more of the beautiful, beautiful mountains right by Grandma's house. So beautiful. Okay. And at this time we're gonna go into her house. And this is the front entrance. So walking in. There's Grandma. Maybe she can tell us hi. Today is October 30th, and it's Wednesday, and we're here visiting with Grandma. And this is my mother's mother, and that's Daddy in the back sitting down with her. And we came to visit Grandma and see how she's doing, and to find out a little bit about her life. And she is very, very happy to let us know all about her life and what she has been doing and where she was born and raised and how her life was. And now she's very active in church. She works in the temple all the time, and I'm very happy for her, and she's so strong and healthy, but it's because of the Lord, and I really feel this. But at this time we're going to turn the time over to Grandma to tell us a little bit about what's going on and where she was born and where she was raised and her life story and all of this. I'm so happy that she could do this for us. Okay, Grandma, I turn the time over to you now.
I was born in Kaka'ako. That's in Honolulu, Hawaii. Honolulu, yeah. And there were 11 children in the household. There were 5 sisters and 4 brothers. That's 9, huh?
Yeah.
But the others, they died. And we went to all kinds of school to get our education. But then, an aunt, who is my father's sister, came to live with us. She was attending Kamehameha School. And during the holidays, she would take me to Kauai with her. And one summer we went there. She stayed 2 weeks for a vacation. And that time I was only 6 years old. when she came home, she left me with her father and mother. She didn't say why she left me, but she just went home. So I stayed with Grandma and Grandpa on my father's side. And this is where um, I learned about, there were 4 brothers that was on my father's side. His father had 3 more brothers beside himself, so that made 4 brothers. And this is where I learned all the relatives. And then I learned about his father, who lived in Kapaya, Kauai. I saw him and I saw his wife, great grandma. And he was blind, man. He wasn't, he spoke more Spanish, you know. And at least I had a chance to see all these great grand folks, you know, in Kauai. Then I went to Kapa'a, Kauai, and had a chance to see my mother's grandfather and grandmother and her father. And this is where I learned that all the relatives that lived in Kapa'a, Kauai came from Maui. And the great grandma, who is 96 years old, she was 96 years old when I saw her. So I had a chance to meet Mrs. Davis. Her name was Mrs. Davis, and the husband's name, John Davis, and he was a whaler. He came on board ship, and he always landed Lahainaluna, Maui. That's where he met his wife, married her, and got my mom, not my mom, his son, Samuel Davis, and Maria Davis. Now, Samuel Davis married to Kuahua and got my mom. And Maria Davis married to Kealohas. And he got 6 girls and 1 boy. And then, after that, my mom married to my father, John Adolfo, and had 11 children, which is my brothers and sisters. And we went to the Sunday school in Kaka'ako. And my dad said that he wanted half of his children to go to Catholic Church. And my mom would take half to the Mormon Church. So when he died at 35 years of age, why, all the children had to go with our mom to the Mormon Church. So that's how we became close to the church and go to church through my mom's telling us what and where to go to live the life we have been living. So,
what did Grandpa die of, Grandma?
Huh?
What did Grandpa die of?
He died
35.
of his lungs was all eaten up. He drank too much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, alcohol then, huh?
Alcohol, yeah. That's why he died early age and so left us all. Now, in the meantime, Mom had two brothers, but they were not the Davis children. They were the Kaeokulani's children and the Lealoha's children. So who their parents, I don't know. I only know that Grandma was the mother for them. You know,
Okay.
my grandma was the mother for those boys, but I don't know who their dad. And so when we were growing up, Mom gave Kaeo, Annie, and Kulani to this Kaeo Kulani to raise. The three children were raised by them. So when they died, they all came home to my mom. My mom didn't have a husband then, so she had to raise those children again. And so, well, I was the first to get married, and so I started raising my children. I had 6, and I lost 2 and left 4, 3 girls and 1 boy. And so they are all grandmas today, grandmas and grandpas.
Could you name them all, Grandma?
Okay, the first one is Carol Moby Kahawayala.
Okay.
And the second one is Henrietta Queen.
Okay.
And the third one is Esther Nakoa. And the fourth one is Anthony B.
Okay.
And they're all grandpas and grandmas. And well, my life have been real good. Even though I left their father, I got married again to Joseph Wiley Ula. For 30 years we have been married. And then the children, well, they all went on their own. They found their husbands, and they went on their own to live. And so I had Chester. I told, I had one of my brother's sons, Chester.
While you're there, Mama, hold up for a little while, because I see Chester's picture over here. Let me get a picture of that. Okay? This is Chester,
Right.
who Grandma is talking about, right here. Okay, let me get a close shot of this. Yeah. Okay. And that's who Grandma was talking about, Chester.
Yeah.
And this is Anthony on the wall. Okay. And here is Auntie Mumi over here. Here's Auntie Esther up here. And here's my mother. That's my mom right there. And that is the 4 children and plus Chester.
Yes.
And on this side over here, I noticed another picture of Uncle Joe and Grandma. That's who he was in the army serving. And that's a picture of Uncle Joe and Grandma in their young days. How old were you then, Grandma?
I was 33 and he was 29.
33 and 29 at the time when that picture was taken.
That's Antilles and
Where?
over there. Over
Okay.
there. And here, she was in Alaska, I think, where he went on a mission. Her son went on a mission.
Okay, this is Auntie Lay, Auntie
Yeah.
Genoa Kiavi.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a singer in the family. A lot of entertainers in our family over here. A lot of entertainers. Here's Auntie Mommy with her guitar.
And
Yeah.
there's Eric there. He's fishing. He was up there on his fishing when they went to visit him.
Who's this? This one right here.
You see that picture? Yeah, the double.
Oh.
There.
That's on his mission.
Yeah, he was on his mission.
That's Auntie Janelle Kiabi.
Yeah.
And his son Eric.
Yeah, and his son Eric.
Eric. Her son Eric on his mission in... Where did he go, Grandma?
In Alaska.
Alaska. Fantastic. Okay. Now, getting back to Grandma. Okay, continue, Grandma.
Okay.
Sorry about that, but when I saw the pictures and you were mentioning Chester and Auntie Mommy and all that, I saw the
yeah.
pictures. Why not take advantage of that too?
Okay.
Okay.
And so, as for Mommy, who is the oldest, she has 3 grandchildren,
Wow.
and Henrietta has,
A bundle.
wait, 15 now.
14, Daddy.
Oh, 14.
Yeah.
And Esther has
No, you got 15. You got 15.
15.
Yeah.
Including Elliot, no?
Yeah.
Elliot's 2
Elliot's
children.
2 is 15.
Okay, and then we got Esther Nakor, she had 9 grandchildren.
I see.
And then Anthony B, he has, let's see, he has 4, 6, 8 grandchildren.
8, huh?
8 grandchildren. And so, my life has been a good one because even though my husband left me in '72 and he stayed away for 12 years. In August 15, 1984, he came home. I looked at him just like he had, he was, what you call like a forgetful sickness.
Oh, yeah?
Forget his mind.
And this was what, Tony?
That was
Oh, Joe.
Joseph.
Oh,
Yeah, that
Joseph.
was Joseph.
I see.
He came home in August 15, 1984. Because he
Okay.
left 72.
Okay.
You know, the end of 72, he went, 73 in fact. That's 12 years he'd been away.
And then he tried to come home?
And he tried to come home this day, August 15. So he was sitting over there,
Yeah.
talked to him, told him, well, what happened, where's the wife? And he said that she has a new boyfriend, and I said, well, what do you plan to do? He said he doesn't know. So I didn't know what to say to him. I said, the house is open, you always can come back, but that means if you come back, I won't stay here. So he said, oh well, okay. This day I was going to get my license, and the girls was out there waiting for me. I told him that I'm going to the police station to get license for to drive. And he said he wanted to go along. So he went with us, and he wanted to get off at the Catholic Church in Waikani. So he got off over there, and we went to the police station. And when we got through, we went to town to pick up flowers for our temple. And on our way come home, there was no sign of him. So I was home Monday. That happened on a Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, I had a phone call from the what you call that kind of people that take care of the, dead people at the morgue.
In the morgue, yeah.
Yeah.
Coroners.
Huh?
Coroner.
Oh yeah, the coroner.
Yeah.
Called me up. He says, "Are you Mrs. Wiley Ulla?" I said, "Yes." He says, "Well, there's a Joe Wiley Ulla found dead on so and so street, you know." And I said, "Well, I was Mrs. Wiley Ulla, but not anymore. He has another wife."
Yeah.
I told him, explain to him.
Yeah.
And I don't think so I have anything to do with that. That wife gotta pay attention to
Right,
me.
right.
And so he said, "Well, we're gonna look for her. We're gonna try, but it took a whole week to find for her. They couldn't. So he called me back again." And so in the meantime, I had called Auntie Genoa to please help me
Yeah.
to take care of this funeral. And I told her that I don't want to handle anything because I might get into trouble, being that he had a wife, already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would be,
It's like getting involved.
yeah. So she told me, "Okay, I'll handle everything." So she went down to the Veterans Office, to the Social Security Office, to the Hawaiian Electric, and everything she went and get into. And so, in the meantime, the coroner said, "We'll wait a whole week to find her. If we cannot find her, we're going to bother you again." So I said, "Okay, you do that." So a week afterwards, he called me, and I gave Auntie Ginoa's phone number, talked to her. So she told him the whole works, gave him the whole works. So the next, the following week, we had only about 4 hours for view of his body and buried right away at the Hawaiian Memorial Cemetery. That's where he had his funeral. He had a gun salute and flag, something, and so that was finished and was buried. And so I have been living here since then, all by myself, and I go to church every Sunday. When I'm sick, they come visit me. When I need help around the place, they come and cut the hedge, lawnmower the grass, and all the priesthood boys come over and help me. So that's
So
all
nice.
I like stuff.
That's so nice. So what do you do in the temple now, Grandma?
Now, I used to work in baptism,
Okay.
but when President Finlayson saw me, I worked at baptism and at ordinance work, but I had 3 years of that.
I see.
And so they decided to release me from this position and put me in the dining room. And so I have been working in the dining room about a good 10 years now.
Yeah.
And all the other presidents been going and new ones coming in. Every 4 years we have new ones come in. And now we have President Jex, who's been here 2 years now. So we do that, and then I attend sessions and initiatory work that need help. And if I go extra early, they call me to go do sealing, help with sealing. So I kind of know a little bit more about the temple, what work they have to do, So I like it very much. I'm so grateful for the temple. When I'm lonely and sad, I just go to the temple. I feel happy like that.
So beautiful.
Yeah, because Mr. Bishop Shumway, he gave me my pass to go to the temple. He was Bishop down. I told you, you know, the women cannot go to the temple. Was that years, those years
Yeah,
that
yeah,
women
yeah.
cannot enter temple. They have to get the husband's consent.
Right.
So you take this letter and you go home and give it to your husband. You tell him to write. If he say okay that you can go temple, then you better write a letter.
Yeah.
So I came home, I wrote the letter and gave it to him and told him to sign it. Because he wouldn't know what to say in the
Right.
letter. So he signed it. So I took him back to my bishop. He said, "You go see the president now."
Right.
This letter. So I saw the president. He asked me all the questions that needed to be asked, you know. And said, "Okay, go to the temple." So I'm so happy I go to the temple.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is there any spiritual things that happen in your life that
Oh yes, I have lots of testimony.
can you tell us of one that really was close to
Wow.
your heart? And
Yes, it was really close to my heart. I was living in Haula, going to work back and forth. I saw the sign out here for sale. I told my husband, "Do you want to buy a house?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, there's a sign up there for sale. And I'm going to see that man, Farias. He's off realtor is down Kailua." I said, "You and I go down there and see him." He said, "Okay." On a Saturday, we don't work, so we went. At that time, I was custodian at Castle High School.
yeah,
And so we went. He says, "Well, you need 3,500 down. And of course, a little extra for the paperwork." I said, "Okay." So what I did, I fasted and prayed, even though I went to work every day, but I still wouldn't eat my lunch or breakfast. I just went to work. I fasted the whole week asking God for help me that I want to buy that house. And in the meantime, I was going here, there, all around, looking where I can get some money. And then one day, I thought to myself, well, the only place I can get money is at the credit union, because I've been letting them take money out of my paycheck from working custodian to get some money in the credit union. So I went over there. They told me I have $1,000 in there, and I said, "Well, I need 3,500. And so he said, "You bring your husband down here." So we went down there again on a Friday, because Saturday they closed. And he had all these men around the table. And these are the people that runs the credit union. You see, they have to get their okay
Yeah.
before they can. So he was sitting over there, the man that we borrowed from. He was sitting around that table talking to them. And all of a sudden he jumped up and walked right up to us. He said, "Well, I think you can have the money, even though you look old already. But we let you have the money." And he called Joe. "Do you drink?" And Joe said, "Yes." "How much do you drink?" Joe don't answer. He said, "Well, anyway, if you drink, you better drink only one beer a week. You can't drink too much, because the money has to come back." And then he said, "Well, I'll give you 4,000. So when he gave us the 4,000 in check, we went straight to Farias and pay him off. And he told us, "Well, this is your down payment, and you go to American Bank, is downtown, and you pay your $125 a month mortgage." See, those years, 1960, 1961, that's the year we bought our house.
Ah,
Yeah, and those years was low, the payments.
man.
But after 3 years, I have to pay off the house now.
Oh
Pay it
wow.
off. I cannot continue with that payment.
Wow. How much was the house, Grandma?
The house was 21,000.
21,000?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 21,000.
So it's a lot maybe these days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
A lot of money.
So, um, we had a man. He lives in Calgary. He came over here. He said, "You know, Joe, I wish you buy land in Hawaii. There's cheap land." And he bought 5 plots
Oh yeah?
in Hawaii. He bought 5 plots in Hawaii. So we went up there to see the plots, you know. It's way in the sticks. Oh boy, nobody lives up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he bought that 5 plot. And because we bought them, he helped us to get the cash money to pay them off.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's how God helped me. I believe God had his hands in that. You
Sent
know?
those people there, Grandma,
Yeah,
to help you.
yeah, to help me. Paid it off, and then our mortgage came up to $384 a month. So, you know what Joe did? He went and sell this place for $69,000. We had who they call that man come over here and
The real estate?
Real estate man?
find out how much this land costs.
Oh, the assessor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man
yes.
assessed the
yeah.
house
He came
and all.
here and he told us, well, this place worth about $69,000. So I said, well, I called my sister. I didn't want to lose this place, you
Yeah.
know. I just felt I didn't want, because this is the place to go to the temple and
Yeah.
oh, and prayed again. I prayed for if some relatives would like to buy it. It's best that they have it, you know.
Right, right.
So my sister said she wants it. Okay. And Mommy called me and said, Ma, are you selling the place? Yes, I'm selling it to Auntie. Auntie said she wants it. And she said, I want it. I want it. Well, I can't say nothing. Auntie wanted. So she said, I said to her, if you want it, you call Auntie and talk with her. Ask her that you want it. So she said, okay. She called the auntie. She called the auntie, and the auntie said, all right, you can have it. You can have that place. So when Joe sold the place, the money we received, he paid all the bills, you know, and whatever was left of that money, I had about 25,000 left, and I don't know how much he had. I plunged it right back into the house again. I didn't take no cent of that.
Yeah.
I paid my lawyer for, you know, helping me too. I had a lawyer, and I plunged that money right back. And I told Mommy, well, now we have to pay $480 mortgage.
Mm.
And she says, well, you go with me, I'll go to the bank, get some money. So she went to the First Federal, and she got the full sum of money, and she paid the rest. So now she got to pay the bank back, you know. So it's been years now. That happened in 1970. This happened in 72. I think it happened in 76, 77. This happened, that we got this money and paid. So now she's paid for this house, and this house goes to her.
I see.
So that's how this house was real testimony to me. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one day I was going to the temple.
Yeah.
My car, not the windshield, but that cover, you know, the cover on the front.
The hood. The hood.
Yeah, the hood.
The-
Flew in my face, you know. But lucky thing I had that glass over there. no?
yeah, yeah.
And I stopped the car. I went out to see what I can do. I tried to put it down, but it wouldn't stay down. It still come up. So I was standing there praying again. and looking inside the water. So I saw this man way in the water coming shore. But I didn't think anything about him. I just looked inside that water and stood there. And you know, he came right to me. He said, "Lady, your hood, I saw your hood fly up." I said, "Yes, that's right, but I don't know if I can put it down. I try to hook it down, it won't stay down." He said, "Let me fix it. You got any tools?" I said, "Well, I have little tools in the back. I don't know if that will help." So he went and fixed it, put one hook inside that hood to stay down. Gee, I was so grateful, and I had to go to temple because I worked that morning.
Yeah.
And I went and was safe for the whole day. I came home straight. The hood never fly no more.
And he came from the ocean? He was in the
He came
water?
from the ocean. He was in the water. He was, I don't know what he was doing, looking around or fishing or something.
And he noticed the hood fly up.
Yeah, you noticed the hood fly up.
Well, that's nice of him.
Oh, it was real heavenly scent that was. I could say that again.
Well, the Lord is always watching over you, huh, Grandma?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're doing His work and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing.
So
Well,
I'm happy in the house, and I'm helping this woman. I'm praying for her to find a house because my floors is all eaten up. I wanna, kind of fix
yeah,
it.
yeah.
A termite. The other day, the missionary girls was lying down over there, and all of a sudden I hear something go tick. She said, "Oh, the floor is giving."
The floor is giving way, eh? See.
I started to laugh. I said, "Oh yeah, these houses are full of termites. Even that door was full of termites." And then those boys from the church, I gave them the money, go buy the door and come put,
Oh,
put
that's
that door up
nice.
for me.
That's nice.
And my house has been leaking very badly, so they come with the old lumber and old stuff put on top.
Put on top of the roof.
So in all this, I'm happy. The Lord is with me. Send help in anything I need. So I have to be careful.
Well,
When you keep your promise, you better keep it.
that's right. Well, I'm so thankful you could talk to us today, Grandma. Thank you for your time and for sharing part of your life with us, and I really appreciate that. Love you so much, and thank you for my mother, for bringing her into this earth and for letting me come forth in this life. And I say this thing in Jesus' name, amen. Here's a view from Grandma's house, looking way out into the ocean. And that's a view from her front room, looking right into the ocean. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Aloha from Grandma's house. Right now, me and Daddy's at Pulo Ranch. And this is what's happening at Pulo Ranch. It's so beautiful. I'm looking at an old Hawaiian grass hut. That's how they used to have it in the old days. So nice. Channel 2! Oh, just taking a look. Just taking a look. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the great Chinaman's hat. Ever since I was a little boy, just looking down from Pulo Ranch. Over here, they got all kinds of stuff going on. Got a horseback riding, as you can see. All kinds of things going on. Helicopters and horseback riding, and they got all those jet skis down at the beach. And they got people over there picnicking. But this is down by Kaaba, Pulo Ranch. Such a beautiful scenery. Here's the mountains. You're looking back. There's the mountains. Beautiful scenery. These great mountains of Hawaii. These are by Pulo Ranch. Way up on top. Come over here. Up here, they even got a shooting range up here. So I mean, that it just came from. Come over here and you take this road up here. Up in that area over there, you got a shooting range. They have rifles and guns and all that up in that area. Yeah. So beautiful. It's a grass hut with a tiki in front of it. If you look down here, you can see the ocean in the background. Say hi, Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
And that's my dad. Stayed home from work today to be with me, take me around, go holo holo, look all over, and take some pictures. All these beautiful scenery. And there's the Chinaman's hat again. It's where all the Japanese come and spend their money. Now we're coming down the road. As you look in front of us, you can see the horses, horse corrals and all that. And as you look to the right, you can stop right here, Daddy. You can see over there, there's a helicopter. You see the helicopter? Okay, go ahead, go. Helicopters. All the horses. Got some horses over here ready. Here road. There we go. All these
I'm gonna take some pictures. My boy just came from the mainland, so got him around. They get that shit.
What is this over here,
It's a
Dad?
corral. They get show too, eh?
Oh yeah. What kind of show?
Show the Japanese how to rope cow.
Oh wow. It's where they rope the cows and they put on a big show for the Japanese people. Rodeo inside there. And you even got tennis courts over here. As you can see, coming up the highway, two Japanese people. Oh boy, so unfocused. Now we're on Kamehameha Highway, going down by Ka'ava. The radio a little loud there. Yeah. Another view of the mountains. Picture of the ocean over here. Around the bend. Get through all these trees. View of the ocean. Right from the truck. Ocean and the road right there alongside each other. Mountains, the ocean. As we come around Kamehameha Highway. Now we've stopped and we've come to the famous place where Mama works. It's called the Crouching Lion, and that's where the lion is positioned on top of the mountain, as you can see a close-up there of the crouching lion. And then the rest of the mountain, and it comes down, and as you can see there's an old machine gun nest long time ago. Huh?
I'm standing outside there.
Huh?
I'm standing right outside there.
There's Mama waving to us. There she is. Huh? Okay. All right. There's Crouching Lion. There's Daddy. There's the ocean right here. A lot of surfers go outside there.